Tiffany Henyard 2.0. She's only been out of office for a few months, so it's still too early to tell. But her successor as Thornton Township Supervisor is off to an interesting start. Hi, I'm Ben Bradley. If you've followed our WGN Investigates reports for the past 2 years, you know South suburban residents have been through a lot. They picked up the tab for first-class travel, fancy meals, and more under Tiffany Henyard. When voters gave her the boot, a more seasoned politician took the reins. State Senator Napoleon Harris helped engineer her ouster and took the supervisor's job for himself.
This is the professional Democratic machine, tried and tested, and it appears that they have taken hold of Thornton Township.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, it looks like we have a bit of things here to go over. Apparently, the former one of Tiffany Henyard's supervisors is under some corruption again, it looks like. Doesn't look too great, so we're going to go with that. Right now, we'll be going over Tiffany Henyard that is still suffering some legal battles and some other issues, even though that she was removed as supervisor and mayor from Dolton in Chicago, and she's still reeling from these issues. Even though that all the corruption, that everything that's been gone, that she's, stealing from the taxpayers, allegedly had some killings with some people. Yeah, she's still reeling from these. So without further ado, here you go.
After 2 p.m. Friday, Tiffany Henyard, the former Dolton mayor and Thornton Township supervisor, walked into circuit court.
Tiffany, do you have any thoughts about being in court today, being ordered to come to court?
We don't have any comment right now.
Friday's hearing focused on a lawsuit filed by the public interest group Edgar County Watchdogs. The organization sued the village of Dolton after Henyard's administration ignored Freedom of Information Act requests last January, seeking spending and other records. Her attorney, Bo Brinley, says Henyard doesn't have them.
She has no idea what that document was. She's going back to some board meeting where they say she held up a single piece of paper. I don't know how and could expect her to remember what that was, given how many meetings there have been and how much chaos there was in Dolton.
During court, Henyard was asked to testify, but with an ongoing FBI investigation looking into questionable spending and claims that she used her government power to retaliate against people she perceived as opponents during her time as Dolton mayor and Thornton Township supervisor, Brinley advised her to plead the fifth.
I think that's what anybody that's smart and reasonable and has a lawyer is going to do under these circumstances. She's not a public figure anymore. She's not in office, and she has every right to exercise her rights under the Constitution to protect herself.
Court documents say Henyard refused to respond to emails from last fall from Dolton Council requesting records in response to the FOIA request.
The watchdogs were looking for something pretty simple, which were some credit card bills. All my clients wanted, all the public deserved, was to be able to look at what she was waving around that said that that was canceled.
With no documents in hand, Henyard's counsel was permitted by the judge to file an affidavit.
She doesn't have it. All we have to do is advise them with an affidavit. The judge has agreed that that's fine, and we'll do it immediately.
Eventually, I think the people of Dolton asked the mayor to stop when they elected someone else, which was her real defense today, which is that she got out of this by losing an election.
Yeah, so again, it seems that she is having some issues with all these other problems, and it doesn't looking too great here. But we have her, apparently her supervisor, or rather her successor in this case, really seeming to outdo her in this instance. It seems that he is being a professional at raising a massive amount of money, and it's not going too great. Seems like he's maneuvering a six-figure salary somehow with quite great finesse. Napoleon Harris is his name, and we're going to get directly into this. So without further ado, let's go.
The guy's a former NFL player. It doesn't take 2 security guards. Give me a break, man.
Napoleon Harris did not appear eager to talk to me.
And how would you use your discretion to implement it within the current legal framework?
In the now sleepy room where months earlier, a board meeting ended in a brawl, the man who replaced Tiffany Henyard as Thornton Township supervisor has ditched the drama and much of the scrutiny.
I thought maybe we have gotten rid of the storm.
Jennifer and Paul Roberts are skeptical of Harris's leadership.
A lot of people in Thornton Township fought for transparency, accountability, and responsiveness in government. and we haven't really seen that yet.
Some of that skepticism centers on his salary.
Help me understand why you're still taking in Tiffany Henyard type money.
There's a law on the books that we cannot change anybody's salary.
How that law came to be is a lesson in political maneuvering. Tiffany Henyard made $202,000 a year, plus other perks. As a first-term supervisor, the salary ordinance said Harris was to make $57,000 plus expenses.
Don't have insurance because you two did not come and take care of your business.
As Henyard's grip on power weakened following a series of WGN Investigates reports on her spending, a lawmaker in Springfield proposed a bill to restore the higher salary structure. His name? State Senator Napoleon Harris. Even before he was elected supervisor, he was laying the groundwork to protect the perk. One problem, his bill died. It did not pass.
And is it a state law? Help me understand which law are you talking about?
It is a state law.
Because I looked up that state law and it said it didn't pass.
You cannot change a salary during the term of your term.
But that's the state law you proposed last year.
No, that's not what I proposed.
What did you propose?
That state law has been on the books. I didn't propose anything.
Not quite. Here's the language in Harris's bill, and here's the language in the one that later advanced and passed by a different legislator. It's identical. And did we mention it was buried on page 90 of a bill that began by focusing on Crohn's and colitis disease?
The original bill was to have a week devoted to highlighting the needs of Crohn's patients and their families, and it became what's known as a shell bill in Springfield that really becomes a vehicle for any legislative initiative to be shoved into it. The original intent is gutted.
Thanks to the legislative maneuver, Harris is now on track to collect a $202,000 salary from the township, plus $54,000 in expenses. Add in his $123,000 state Senate salary, and it brings his total take from 2 elected positions to just under $380,000. All of this.
Okay, so what I want to kind of go over this with you guys a little bit here is that this guy seems to have done this way more intelligently than Tiffany Henyard has. And both of these people are corrupt, get me wrong, and they should probably immediately start doing a bigger investigation on this guy immediately because this is very weird. So what he's ended up doing here is that he ended up knowing that the bill, knowing the bill that he was going to most likely win against Tiffany Henyard in the actual battle against the votes because nobody really wanted her corruption has gone way too far, and she was accusing him of obviously of rigging the election or win, put up a actual bill that went nowhere, but like a shell bill rather, and to make sure that he would able to get 2 positions or what have you and be able to get this kind of money. Now, this guy here is making more money than Pritzker, the governor of Illinois. The governor of Illinois is actually making around $237,000 as it increased by around $30K as of this year. He's still making over $130,000, give or take, more money than the governor of Illinois. How does a mayor end up making more money than the actual governor of the state? He is making about a shy of maybe $80,000 less than the actual president of the United States. This is insane here, and he's just done this in a pretty more intelligent way.
$80,000. All of this in a community where many live below the poverty level and were forced to subsidize first-class travel, meals, and more under Tiffany Henyard's leadership.
This is the professional democratic machine, tried and tested, and it appears that they have taken hold of Thornton Township.
Given what these residents have been through and what you campaigned on, don't give me the time, man, come on. Given what these residents have been through, do you think it's a good look for you to do some of the same stuff that you were critical of?
I was not critical of anything, man.
You weren't critical of Tiffany Henyard's reign?
I've never publicly despised anybody publicly. What I've done was, and I've stated this, I'm about doing the right thing and supporting what the people needs of Thornton Township, and I've done that. For you to say, sit here and suggest that anything is being improper or done wrong is not a fair assessment of what's happening.
Nearly $380,000 taxpayer dollars for 2 supposedly part-time positions. The big salary precedent in Thornton Township was set years ago by the late supervisor Frank Zuccarelli. Before Napoleon Harris assumed the job in May, I asked him whether he'd keep the 6-figure salary. He said, "Your worth should be evaluated based on what you deliver." Ben Bradley, WGN Investigates.
2 part-time jobs, bro. 2 part-time jobs is making $379K a year. That is wild, by the way. That is insanity in every single regard. You can't make this crap up. It's insane. And it's like, this is what we're dealing with here. This is what I call that the Dolton residents, the Chicago Dolton residents, are the biggest idiots known to man. It's like you guys will vote based on skin color, based on the Democratic Party, and you won't change anything. And now, since you are too stupid to change anything at all and to go switch from somebody else, you get the same person, possibly even worse than what you had prior to before, and it's just getting worse for you guys. So your whole entire place is just going to get worse. It's hilarious in every single regard. I can't feel sorry for you people because you did it yourselves. It's like idiots have to end up learning that they have to have bad things happen to them until they realize the stupidity of their actions and direct course. So have fun with this. Have fun with another 2 years of them just taking your money, your taxpayer money and all that stuff and dealing with it, because I'm sick and tired of treating these people like babies. No, you caused this. You had a chance to recourse and change things, and now you still select the same people that's going to do it worse, and you want to cry victim. No, you did this yourself. You keep voting for the same people. You keep voting for the people with the same skin color. Blame yourselves. It is your fault. You keep doing this. The reason why Chicago is still a hell's pit is because you vote the people to make it a hell's pit. Change your ways or stay in the gutter where you belong. That's all I can really tell you, because stupidity is apparently way too good for you people. It's way too good, because obviously you just don't want to tread course and change things. It's wild. It's really wild. Well, I guess you get what you deserve. All right, guys, like, subscribe, share, and as always, take care, my friends. Good luck.